WandaVision just premiered its third episode, and by all indications, the first act of the season is done for. So now it's time to talk about some theories. Without any further ado, my friends, let's theorize it. Now, this is a brand new idea from me. This is something I'm not sure if it's going to work, but if it works, and that depends on you guys, we'll be doing this every week. The idea is for me to present some theories that I've seen float around on the internet, that I've come up with myself, and if this goes well, if you guys comment in the comments below what you think might be happening, all your theories and thoughts, Easter eggs that you noticed that you don't see anyone talking about, comment in the comments below, and next week I will be providing another video with your theories and shouting you out. So again, this is just an idea that I don't know if it's going to work, but if it works, and it depends on you guys, we'll be doing this every week. So shout out your theories in the comments below. Let's start with one that I have, and that is the most obvious one, and that is that Agnes, played by Kathryn Hahn, is really possibly Agatha Harkness and the one responsible. This one has a lot of likability to it. The chances of it being the one true thing happening are high, but it also contradicts other theories that I will present in this video that I would prefer those to be true, but it doesn't impede Agnes from being Agatha Harkness. The one thing that I'm not sure of, and I don't know if it's the most likely thing, is that she is the one responsible. I don't know about that part, but she could very well be Agatha Harkness and still not be the one responsible. Someone else who could be the true villain or villains behind this is Hydra. We've seen the commercials on the show for the toaster, for the watch, for the Hydra soap. Hydra is right there more than one. So of course there should be one person higher up in Hydra that maybe entrapped Wanda or made the deal with Mephisto to entrap her. We'll get to Mephisto in a bit. And they could be the ones after Wanda's power, since Strucker is the one that created her, and her brother Pietro, who is also brought up in this latest episode, and we could even probably see him in a future episode in this first season. Another thing that Hydra could possibly want, or even want beyond Wanda's powers, is her children. Now, she has her children in this fantasy world, in this new dome world that she created. So we don't know if the children will survive should this world collapse and should she come back to reality. But in case they do, let's suppose that Hydra could possibly want the new twins to use them as weapons and supervillains in the future. And a friend brought this hypothesis to me, and I haven't gone back to check on all the episodes, but in the commercials, if you guys have noticed, if the couple in the commercials is always the same actors, those could be Wanda's parents that she's remembering in fragments. So she's aligning the memories of her parents with the memories she has of Sokovia and of Tony Stark, who destroyed her home and her parents. So as you can see up until now, some of these series are not only interconnected, but they also reinforce each other, so we could see a lot of these things become true by the end of this show. And by now we for sure know that S.W.O.R.D. is involved. I believe that S.W.O.R.D. is trying to help Wanda get out of this, and Wanda does not want to. I believe that the Beekeeper was Jimmy Woo, and him coming in through the manhole into that street, into Westview, was the symbolic physical manifestation of him entering the reality. Because apart from him, and now that we know Monica Rambeau is working with S.W.O.R.D. after episode 3, we don't know exactly what is going on. How would you get into this world? So someone literally went to the sewers to get in. Maybe there's a chance that that is the case, but we don't know how exactly to enter this world. But we know how to get out now. We know that there's a literal power dome around Westview, made up of Wanda's powers most likely. And even after episode 3, we are aware there is something wrong with the citizens of Westview. We're not sure if they're actually real people that have flashes of reality coming into their minds and realizing that something is wrong, or if they're just manifestations of Wanda's powers glitching and telling Vision and people around everywhere that something is wrong. And what happened in this latest episode was that Monica Rambeau was wearing a sword necklace. What I think that is much like in Inception, you have to take an object with you into the dream world to always keep a grasp on reality. And I think that it's so easy within the reality that Wanda created to get lost in it because her powers are so overwhelming. Even she does not realize what is real and what is not anymore. Monica Rambeau had to keep her necklace with her to remind herself of what is reality, of what her mission is, what she went in there to do in the first place. And last but not least, the most obvious, maybe most likely, and the more intriguing theory that I have, and everyone has, this is not just my theory, is that Mephisto is behind us. There's a theory that, again, Hydra maybe made a deal with him. Who in the ranks of Hydra made a deal with him? Not sure, so I welcome your theories. There's a theory that Mephisto also is here to get Wanda's powers, and that's how Doctor Strange is going to intervene. We know that WandaVision and Doctor Strange 2 is connected to Spider-Man 3, and there's a big connection between Mephisto and Spider-Man in the comics. Now, I know the One More Day storyline is divisive, but obviously he is not going to make the same deal with Mephisto in the movies that he did in the comics. It just doesn't work. So maybe they can make it work. Another thing that could point towards Mephisto being behind us is the little scene with Vision and Agnes and Herb near the fence in episode 3, where Herb and Agnes do know that something is wrong, but they don't have the courage to say it out loud. Maybe they are afraid of the devil, or maybe that one part is completely unrelated and they're just afraid of Wanda. At a certain point in episode 2, I believe, Agnes even calls her husband Ralph, who she talks about all the time but we never see, but she calls him Old Scratchy. And Old Scratchy is an old nickname for the devil. The devil in here being Mephisto. And another thing that points towards Mephisto, and this is the one that I think might be a little bit of seeing something we want to see but isn't necessarily there, is the commercial for the toaster. Because the commercial for the toaster has these 3 symbols on it if you look at it, and then if you flip it upside down, it says 666. Now, I personally think that is a clue, that is an Easter egg, that is an indication of Mephisto and him being behind all of this, but I will accept if it isn't and if it's just something there that the toaster has naturally. So I think this is the strongest theory. I think Mephisto is playing around with Wanda's powers and he wants them to himself. He's playing around with her memories, with what is reality. She's giving her everything she wants. Maybe Wanda did make a deal with Mephisto and that's how she got in here in the first place. So at this point, I'm going with Mephisto being behind us and being alone in wanting Wanda. So I don't know what the role of Hydra is in here. Maybe Mephisto is just using them and commanding them. Maybe he possessed the supposed leader of Hydra. But what do you think? Do you think the people in the commercials are Wanda's parents? Do you think the commercials are Wanda's memories? Who do you think is behind this? Is it Agatha Harkness? Is it Mephisto? Is it both of them? Let me know all of that in the comments below. I welcome all your theories and I hope this goes well. I hope you chime in because I hope I can do this video again next week, coming in with your theories. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. If you haven't seen my episode 3 review, go check it out. It's filled with spoilers just like this video. So if you haven't seen WandaVision episode 3, I am sorry. And I'll have reviews for The Dig and The Mauritanian coming very soon. I hope to see you there and every week as I do these videos and the episode reviews. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. Stay tuned for many more videos to come very soon. So till then, love each other and love the movies and TV shows.